We have 9 casualties there. I believe it's 29.
Jerry, could you describe again how that assault was made? What happened?
First, the helicopter dropped gas. Then the state police quickly moved in and got to the yard as quickly as they could to immobilize, hopefully, that inmates would be immobilized and they could take it quickly and without casualties.
How long did it take them?
Well, it's still going on, not in a confrontation or conflict. It's a matter of looking and securing all the areas and going through cell by cell.
How long before all the
cell
hostages
blocks.
were saved?
The initial assault, how long was that?
Hold on, let me look at my chronology here.
No.
Well, at 10:26 or 10:30, 30 hostages were out.
That was about 45 minutes later, wasn't it?
Yes, I would say so. And at 10:54, 33 hostages were out.
This includes dead?
And about 11:10 a.m., it appears they were all out.
All accounted for, you mean?
For all, yes.
Jerry, for clarification of
I couldn't comment on that.
Would you tell us something about the death?
I think you got that from the governor.
No, the no reprisal, the 28
What is the
demands.
status of the 28 demands?
Well, we'll have to look at what's going on and consider it in light of all that's
Well,
happened.
the commissioner
How about
had previously
administrative?
agreed no administrative reprisals and so on. Now, is that all
No.
by the board?
There were no agreements, per se. There
Yeah.
was never an agreement reached because they refused to talk with us.
Was there a
Okay,
feeling
fellas.
before this began that this
Now,
could be done without loss of life?
there was an ardent hope that it could be.
Thank you.
That's why with the gas.
Did police go in firing?
Well, my own opinion is that several of us wondered individually if we had any role after about 2:30 yesterday afternoon, and of course at that time we did what all of us are trained to do, I guess. We tried to pull out all the plugs and all the stops. We went after the governor.
At some point yesterday afternoon, did they cut off your phone communications from that room?
Yes.
From yesterday until you stayed the night in there?
Yes, I did.
Was that from what time yesterday afternoon till what time today was your phone cut off?
I can't remember the time that the phone was cut off.
But sometime yesterday afternoon until today, you were incommunicado.
It must have been between the hours of 6 and 7, early evening.
Between 6 and 7.
For all night.
Yeah.
To until just now.
Until
you
just
have not
now.
been able to phone out.
After we decided to stay last night, we were allowed to make one telephone call at a payphone in the administration building downstairs.
What was their reason for cutting you off?
One for each individual. We were using the phone, of course, for communicating with people outside, and I would imagine that they knew this.
Do you think that the commissioner acted in good faith in his relations with the committee, personally?
I think that there were several degrees of acts. Some of them we thought were in good faith, some we thought were not in good faith. Unfortunately, we have a number of dead people, which means that something went wrong.
Will you act as a committee? Are you planning to convene, issue a statement?
When you were being let out. You were kept in the room during the entire violence.
Oh, we saw some of the men, bringing some of the men out. We saw this. We saw them dropping some of the gas to sustain some of the men. But actually to see the other opportunity, we couldn't see this, you know.
I'm sorry.
We couldn't see the actual, surrender. I guess the elected officials are the only one that will have this tour. Privilege. I wouldn't want the privilege anyway.
Did the police tell you beforehand that they were moving in?
No, sir, but they didn't have to tell us. We had the feeling anyway. It was just a matter of time. We didn't have time. We felt it 2 days ago.
Time is running out.
Time was running out, and that's why we felt that the governor could have played a great role, a very vital role in this whole situation. Even though they say he couldn't have, but he would have, because I believe that the inmates would have had a little bit more consideration toward the matter. They felt that the officials themselves, not speaking for the ones that participate on the committee, but these people here and the governor was not interested in them. This is where they felt.
Did the committee ever make recommendations or suggest that those final 2 points were very difficult to achieve? In other words, give them an estimation that they weren't close to agreement even on that?
We've been fair with them, yes. We've been honest with them. We didn't come in with no jive con game or nothing. You know, these men went to the last point.
What do you think is going to happen now inside the prison?
Only God knows that. Believe me, it's a tragic thing that happened. We was in the regular room, administrative room we was in before. This is where we were kept.
How many committee members?
Kenyatta, Jabbar Kenyatta.